What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another lucky dip. And this one comes from major friend and champion of the channel, Adam. And he asked us to take a look at primitive radio gods. And they are, I should say, his, which is to say, I thought I was familiar with that name. So I looked it up online, and what I found was not what I expected, meaning I don't think I actually have any experience with this group. But what I found online is that they started in the early to mid 90s, and originally it was a solo project by this guy Chris O'Connor. Now I noticed they're listed now as having 3 members, so I guess over time more people have joined the group officially. But we're going to listen to Rocket 1996, the debut album, so presumably, you know, it's his debut album, Mr. O'Connor's. So yeah, it's not a group I think I know, don't really have a sense of what the sound will be, but again, I really do enjoy not only the music that Adam has shared with me that I started going through, but when I go through his server, there's so many things that, number one, I'm curious about, other things where it's like, oh, of course he has that, it's a great album, so I'm excited by any time he sends out a request. So the tune has an amazing name. It's Waiting Outside a Broken Phone Booth with Money in My Hand. Do I have that right? Or standing. So it's standing outside a broken phone booth with money in my hand. I love that. Like, you think maybe the metaphor would be the other way, the idea of, you know, there's something that you can use to communicate, to transmit, to connect with someone else, but you don't have the physical means to make it happen, you don't have the change. But here it's the opposite. Here you have the material resources to, you know, utilize that medium to make that connection, but the medium is broken. So I wonder if it could have a figurative application. It could be sort of like a scene setting, like it's, you know, that's the place where part of this narrative takes place, but you know, and maybe you have to run to meet someone, and you know, that physical connection makes all the difference because you weren't able to use the payphone. Ultimately, it does make me think that, you know, payphones these days are a rarity no matter where you go. The ubiquity of mobile or cellular phones has made them somewhat of like a charming and quaint, like, anachronism. Nevertheless, I will stop talking stupid things and we will listen to the track. This is by Primitive Radio Gods, Standing Outside a Broken Phone Booth with Money in My Hand. Sounds like it could be the beginning of a Beastie Boys tune. Not now.
Comic books and superstars in magazines.
These lines are crazy. They're like, there's a poetry, there's also like seemingly some philosophical angles. The evolution of not just the sonics like musically, but the sonics atmospherically. The dirge bell playing. That was a journey. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I'm curious, you know, I'm gonna have to run it back a couple times and, you know, think on some of the lyrics. Because, again, I heard, like, some lines where, again, they had, like, maybe a philosophical perspective, like, one way or another on some different things, but I didn't hear them, like, full enough to get the larger picture. But, again, there was a poetry to the lines, there was like, you know, metaphor built into some of the lines, and like, what was it, like, ride the wave of lions and like bathe in the zebra flesh. So like, you know, the stark imagery in some cases, but still like clearly operating on some allegorical level. So I'm not sure how it all stitches together, but sonically a crazy progression. I love the groove of the track. Again, that part with that sort of bluesy shouted sample, I heard that somewhere before. So whether it was this and maybe I just kind of heard that snippet of the tune and I didn't hear the whole tune play out, you know, I would believe that, but maybe I heard whatever that's from originally. But either way, a really cool tune. Enjoyed the vocals. Curious about the atmospheric things. Again, there was a bell, I guess it could be any bell, including like a normal, like, you know, church service bell or something, but it had this like funeral dirge quality to it. We had the plane, and we had the line about plane, you know, her plane left Baltimore and touched down on Bourbon Street, so presumably we're talking New Orleans, but I don't know if that was supposed to be the plane, because we heard it multiple times, and, you know, there was like that like PA announcement, so there were some arrhythmic atmospheric sonics as well that I'm curious about. So really cool suggestion. Again, just the name of the tune alone, I really did enjoy seeing that. So again, not quite sure how it may bear relevance to the larger themes at play, but a really cool tune. Once again, big shout out to Adam. And yeah, he made another suggestion for a handful of tunes by the same group, and then maybe a bigger deep dive after that, which I think it's going to be. But either way, that will be what I'm on to next. Again, I need to get around to a Lucky Dip from Philip, as well as one from Han Solo, and then back to one from Izzy, so it never ends. But yeah, the next time we come around to some of the ones that Adam has suggested, it's going to be the first of a triple set, and maybe more after that. So in any case, let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.